जस्ट जानना था कि जब आपने शुरुआत की थी और अभी तो आपकी कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट फिलोसॉफी में कोई चेंजेस वगैरह है?
Even I used to feel when I was working with an associate, yeah, I used to pitch my boss, yeah, "Sir, this is the bank that we should, the next multi-bagger kind of story." In terms of market return, each sector generally tends to do very well for a period of 3 to 5 years. Then for the next 3 to 5 years, they tend to underperform the market return. So the thought is that maybe for the next 3 to 5 years, BFSI would be a space that can outperform the market. Everyone is important, but all I'm saying here, these are part of the cycles. These are part of the market participants. They they will buy any country or they will niche in any market where they feel the returns are good. Maybe today they find the returns are not attractive in India, they won't invest. But sometime in future when they find it's attractive, they'll come back.
तो चीफ मतलब आई थिंक यू स्पेंड टाइम, अभी आपको ऑलमोस्ट 10-12 साल हो गए, तो जस्ट जानना था कि जब आपने शुरुआत की थी और अभी तो आपकी कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट फिलोसॉफी में कोई चेंजेस वगैरह यू सी दैट चेंज हैव हैपेंड?
So initially वही होता था कि when new to the markets, you would be enamored or like attracted towards अरे जो कंपनी बहुत ज़्यादा बात जो दिखता है वो बिकता है टाइप्स. At that point in time, I won't take names, but there was a specific bank which was everyone investor darling.
Correct.
तो मुझे भी even I used to feel when I was working with as an associate, यार I used to pitch my boss, यार sir, this is the bank that we should look at. In fact, in my interview, I pitched that bank as that is the next multi-bagger kind of story. Eventually, what we realized maybe 5-7 years down the line, the bank in a way doesn't exist the way it used to exist at that point in time. So what I've realized over a period of time, see what matters is the longevity of the company. Can it sustain market cycles? From where is it getting its revenue, its profit? In a way, or just an element that what I've learned is all those P&L, balance sheet, all those things obviously matter, but there is also management, an element of management credibility, corporate governance, which is not visible, but it does play a very important role. तो आप उसको कुछ वो मॉडल्स में कहीं पे फैक्टर नहीं कर सकते, बट वो सॉफ्ट एलिमेंट है जो आपको हमेशा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा.
तो वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि वो कैसे करते हो, मतलब क्योंकि वो तो गट फीलिंग है, कोई डेटा ड्रिवन तो है नहीं है, तो वो
कि वो थोड़ा एट रेगुलर इंटरवल
पर्सनलाइज हो जाता है.
तो हाँ, सी उसमें इट्स मोर on ground research on a regular intervals. You try to meet the management, not only the top management but also the second layer of management. You do some channel checks, you do some branch visits. So see, branch visit channel checks में ऐसा नहीं होने वाला है कि आप कभी सडनली गए और वो यू गेट अ यूरेका मोमेंट, कुछ ऐसा नहीं होता है. बट जस्ट दैट यू ट्राई टू चेक कि आपका मैनेजमेंट ने बोला कि वी आर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग दिस XYZ थिंग, सो यू जस्ट कैजुअली आस्क कि यार ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है कि आपके यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ चेंजेस हुए हैं क्या, या ये नए MD साहब आए हैं तो आर यू सीइंग सम चेंजेस, क्या चेंजेस हुए हैं, गुड बैड वगैरह. तो यू गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि वट एवर द मे बी द मैनेजमेंट इज स्पीकिंग ऑन द कॉल्स और मे बी इन आवर इंटरेक्शंस विद देम, इज दैट रियली फ्लोइंग डाउन एट द ग्राउंड लेवल इन द ब्रांचेज और इन द रीजनल ऑफिसेज. आई थिंक वहाँ पे को आपको समझ में आ जाता है कि यार जो कंपनी बोल रही है वो जो बोल रही है वही कर रही है कि कुछ अलग हो रहा है. एंड व्हेन यू डू दिस चैनल चेक्स, इट्स नॉट दैट यू ओनली गो फॉर वन कंपनी, यू आल्सो आस्क अदर्स कि यार ये क्या कर रहा है. अपन वो बोलते हैं ना, वो दूसरे से पूछते हैं कि पहला वाला क्या कर रहा है, तो उसमें भी थोड़ा पता चलता है कि यार मे बी व्हाट दे आर सेइंग इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, या कुछ और है कि हाथी के दांत दिखाने के और खाने के और है वो. तो वैसे पता चलता है. वो आई जो सेड, वो इट्स ऑल very soft, very subjective है. उसमें you cannot put it in numbers, you cannot put it in Excel sheet.
वो और कभी कभार वो शायद चेंज भी हो सकता होगा. आज आपकी जो परसेप्शन है, आप जो सोचते होंगे मैनेजमेंट के बारे में है, बट जैसे जैसे आप इंटरेक्ट करते जाते हो ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम यू फील दैट कि व्हाट आप जो सोचते थे शायद वैसे
होता है वो. तो वो सी वो भी है जो आप बोल रहे हैं कि यू सडनली रियलाइज, सी in life change is only constant.
Correct.
Things keeps on changing. तो बस वही है कि वो you keep on doing the same thing at regular intervals, and the hope and the hope is कि you will be able to pick these things at right time.
तो मैनेजमेंट क्वालिटी कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है आपके लिए जब आप कोई स्टॉक लेते हो?
See, वो उसको numbers में डालना बहुत
Correct.
it's next to impossible.
करेक्ट.
But it's an element which is always there in the back of your mind.
अच्छा.
कि अब कोई XYZ कंपनी है जिसका we were evaluating it, QIP आ रहा था, बहुत अट्रैक्टिव लग रहा था, बट वी न्यू कि द मैनेजमेंट क्वालिटी इज़ थोड़ा 19-20 है.
अच्छा.
तो वी जस्ट डिसाइडेड यार let's not lend our name to them.
ओके.
So we just pulled back. So despite वो QIP में we getting a good discount, we said यार let's not get there.
करेक्ट.
It's okay to make, we might not make that XYZ return, but if things go downward, वहाँ पे अगर अपना if our brand or if our name gets maligned, then it's no coming back. So it just plays a role. Oh, again, I'm putting a percentage की quantify नहीं कर सकते उसको, but it's always there.
उसमें कभी ऐसा होता है कि मार्केट साइकिल के पे वो डिपेंड करता है. अगर आप बैड मार्केट साइकिल है एंड मान के चलो कोई कंपनी डर्थ चीप अवेलेबल है, इवन थोड़ा कॉम्प्रोमाइज है मैनेजमेंट क्वालिटी पे, फिर आप ले सकते हो.
See, हाँ, no,
उस तरीके का थोड़ा सा एडजस्टमेंट.
absolutely, because see, what matters in a way, what matters to us is the return that we give to the investors. But we cannot be, as you said, keep in a bad market cycle, the company is not very pristine, and that is why in a bad market cycle it would be available so cheap, no? So keep, if the market turns with a fair probability, शायद से अच्छा रिटर्न्स बन जाएंगे. तो वो एलिमेंट रहता है, बट जस्ट टू ओवरले की दिस वुड बी ओनली द केस वेयर आपको पता है कि मैनेजमेंट थोड़ा 19-20 है. मतलब ओके, कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस थोड़ा 19-20 है. यू मे नॉट लव द मैनेजमेंट, यू मे नॉट लव द कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस, बट इट इज़ नॉट डाउन इन द टैटर्स ऑल्सो. कि अगर बहुत ही डाउन इन द टैटर्स है तो फिर वो कंपनी पे फ्री भी मिलेगी तो शायद से नहीं लेंगे. वो दैट इज़ वेरी क्लियर कि वो थोड़ा सा जहाँ पे 19-20 वाली बात है कि यार कंपेयर टू दिस, इफ दिस इज माई बेंच मार्क, ये थोड़ा सा नीचे है एंड देन द वैल्यूएशन वेरी चीप, तो यू टेक दैट कॉल. अदरवाइज इट्स बेटर नॉट टू गेट इनटू दैट साइकिल.
तो अभी जैसे आपका एक अच्छा मतलब करियर ग्रोथ है कि आप पहले रिसर्च में थे, रिसर्च से फिर आप फैमिली ऑफिस में गए, फैमिली ऑफिस से आप एक म्यूचुअल फंड स्पेस में आ गए. तो ये जर्नी में क्या इवॉल्वमेंट हुआ है आपकी पर्सनालिटी को लेके, आपके विचार को लेके? जैसे आपने मान के चलो कॉलेज के टाइम पे जो आपकी थिंकिंग थी, तो वो उसमें कुछ बदलाव हुआ जब आप रिसर्च करने लगे. फिर उसके बाद में रिसर्च टू जब आप फैमिली ऑफिस मैनेज कर रहे तो उस टाइम पे कुछ जो थेसिस थे कुछ ऐसे चेंज हुए क्या? एंड देन नाउ कमिंग टू अ प्रोफेशनल सेटअप, ऑब्वियसली योर द फैमिली ऑफिस सेटअप वाज आल्सो प्रोफेशनल, बट मान के चलो एक इंस्टीट्यूशनल मैनेजिंग फंड्स के सेटअप में आने पे वहाँ पे कुछ वापस आपकी थॉट प्रोसेस थेसिस में चेंज हुआ. तो इफ यू कैन टेक अस थ्रू दैट.
तो सी मतलब
योर पढ़ाई से फिर
see, I think वो what has really happened is the example that I try to give you at the start कि यार when I was starting as a youngster, you get enamored by what's on showcase, what's on display, and what's in trend, right? कि you think that is correct. I think that is what has played out with me also. कि the example that I was trying to give you कि what I realized कि यार जो आज पॉपुलर है that doesn't mean कि कल भी वही रहेगा. With experience, touchwood, with the opportunity to work with stalwarts in the market or of the industry, what I've realized here, you have to start thinking not what's going to happen immediately, but थोड़ा medium to long term भी आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. It is only then you'll be able to survive or you'll be able to give returns to the investors. At the same time, कि always be mindful of your downside risk. You may there's a term of up capture and down capture, right? You may lose out on up capture, but if in bad times you have a lower down capture, then even in good times इवन इफ यू आर नॉट देयर इन द टॉप क्वार्टाइल ऑफ, आपने सब बहुत अच्छी जो सबसे तेजी वाले घोड़े हैं वो आपने नहीं इन्वेस्ट भी किया है, तो भी योर रिटर्न्स वुड बी वेरी गुड.
I think the mental stress will be far better. Even the fund performance.
The fund performance
also will be in quartile 2, and over a period of time, I'm sure it
Exactly.
automatically becomes a quartile.
Exactly.
1.
So the evolvement, as I said, कि 2 or 3 summary point की यार, don't get enamored or don't get attracted by what is in vogue today. Think of medium to long term. Management quality matters. You can't put a number, you can't put a percentage to it. But in the back of your mind, always be mindful of that. And focus कि आपका downside risk, you can, that should be minimal or should be reduced. Zero, मतलब no one ever can have zero downside risk. Market गिरेगा, आपके stocks भी गिरेंगे, आपका portfolio भी गिरेगा.
Correct.
But at least don't be present in the names which is down the most in the down cycle. So when the up cycle comes, you will be much better off.
तो अभी आप जो फंड मैनेज करते हो ये ऑलमोस्ट 1100 करोड़ का है.
हाँ.
ठीक है. तो कभी बिकॉज ये इसको बेटा सेक्टर भी बोलते हैं, लाइक लिवरेज कंपनीज है, बिकॉज ऑल बैंक्स आर लिवरेज्ड, एंड जब भी कोई थोड़ी सी भी वोलेटिलिटी अगर बाजार में आती है तो उससे ज़्यादा वोलेटिलिटी आपको इस सेक्टर के अंदर देखने को मिलती है. तो उस टाइम पे डू यू फील प्रेशर मैनेजिंग 1100
यार वो मतलब the honest answer is yes. You feel if the stock that you own is suddenly down 10, 15%, 20%, and there have been times when that has happened. You just look at the screen और कि यार ये उससे honestly उस समय at that moment तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है, but maybe 1 hour down the line, 2 hour down the line, you start introspecting कि what were the reasons why we got in or why we bought that company.
कोई चीज़ ऐसी शायद इग्नोर कर दिया है मैंने.
हाँ कि मतलब what were the things that we were considering.
Correct.
Probably what are the things that we ignored. Now what we were considering is that will that really play out? Because markets keeps on changing, situation keeps on changing. If that story is still intact and maybe this was a sheer ignorance, then it is my fault. Then आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. But if maybe this was an external event which no one could have predicted, but our core thesis of investing in the company still remains, then you may think कि यार चलो ठीक है, when we have to bear this phase, it's part and parcel of the market, you bear that phase. If you think that core thesis itself has broken down, then you exit and you have to take that pain.
तो मैं फंड के बारे में थोड़ी हम देर बात करेंगे. पहले हम थोड़ा सा इकोनॉमी समझ लेते हैं आपसे.
हाँ.
ठीक है. तो आपका क्या व्यू है इकोनॉमी के ऊपर? एटलीस्ट हम पहले डोमेस्टिक करते, थोड़ा सा अगर आपकी क्यों राय होगी क्या हो रहा है ग्लोबल में उसके बारे में, तो थोड़ी सी राय बता दीजिए कि आपकी इकोनॉमी के बारे में क्या राय है, क्या चीज़ें अच्छी है और क्या चीज़ें अभी भी आप थोड़े से डाउटफुल है या थोड़ा सा वॉचफुल है.
See, in the sense broadly देखें तो इंडियन इकोनॉमी is doing decently well. Obviously the size where we are of per capita and where our aspirations are, is this growth rate enough to take us there? Obviously the answer is no. A lot needs to be done in terms of, अब अपन उसको reforms बोलते हैं. Every incremental government that comes in, they do a lot of reforms, but India is like an elephant. An elephant will take time to dance. तो चीज़ें होगी, स्लो होगी. एंड अपन जैसे डिस्कस कर रहे थे यार, maybe India will become a 8 trillion economy in the next 10 years. Maybe not 10 years, but take 12-13 साल लग जाएंगे. But we will eventually reach there.
Correct.
So we are on the right path. अब obviously we are a young country. We need a lot of job creation. Maybe that is something where I believe not only the government, the corporate sectors and everyone has to play their part. अब private capex नहीं हो रहे हैं. At some point in time, maybe with right interventions from the government, even that will happen. तो बस वही है, as I said, यार कुछ चीज़ें अपने को चाहिए 5 साल में, शायद 5 साल में नहीं होगी, 7 साल में होगी. कुछ चीज़ें 10 साल में नहीं, शायद 12-13 साल में होगी.
Correct.
But that's my broad opinion about Indian economy, कि we are largely in the right direction. Maybe the pace at which
जो हमको चाहिए
वो शायद से नहीं हो रहा है वो. But then again, that's a challenge with any large economy, कि changing the shape of the economy or the direction of the economy is not very simple for anyone. So that is what I think.
तो बाकी जैसे माइक्रो और माइक्रो फंडामेंटल्स कैसे है, मान के चलो गवर्नमेंट डेट या बैंक बैलेंस शीट, कॉर्पोरेट बैलेंस शीट, हाउस होल्ड बैलेंस, ये सब
तो
जो भी
हाँ,
आप फैक्टर्स देखते
so see,
हो.
if you start from the government point of view, the large macro factors in terms of fiscal debt या fiscal deficit जब अपन बात कर रहे हैं, it is there, right? 4.5, 4.6. Government has anyways given a glide path to bring it down. Even in terms of debt to GDP ratio, they want to bring it down to 51% at some point in time. I think 2030, 2031 तक वो number है. So on a broad macro part, we are doing that. Corporate balance sheets are in the pink of health. In the near term, there doesn't seem to be any asset quality issue. The broad sense, right? Credit growth seems to be picking up. We have started printing some 13, 14% number we have printed. Maybe 14, maybe a bit too high at the moment, but maybe say 13, 14 will be. Credit growth की बात कर रहा हूँ, will be there. Household balance sheets, now see, that in a way seems a bit leverage at the moment because we are coming out of a retail cycle of unsecured loans.
Okay.
तो थोड़ा सा वहाँ पे leverage है. This sort of in a way links back कि यार job growth थोड़ा is not as per the requirements of the economy. It means or so is the income growth. Inflation is low, so income growth tends to be lower. So that is where could be a challenge. But anyways, government has taken some steps. Income tax cuts दिए हैं, GST cuts दिए हैं.
इंटरेस्ट रेट कट हुआ है,
इंटरेस्ट रेट्स कट हुए हैं, सो दैट विल हेल्प. एंड सी ये जो इनकम टैक्स कट्स है, GST कट्स हैं, द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ दीज विल बी फेल्ट. इट विल टेक सम टाइम टू रिफ्लेक्ट इन द इकोनॉमी.
परपेचुअल नेचर है और ऑलमोस्ट 2 लाख करोड़ का हो जाता है.
Exactly.
1 लाख करोड़ का.
हाँ, so maybe in year 1 we may not see the impact, but in year 2 this 1 lakh plus 1 lakh हो जाएगा, तो वो 2 लाख होगा. maybe 2.5 साल में देखो तो 2.5 लाख करोड़. तो then so when it's like a stone has been set in motion at the top of the hill. Now when it starts rolling down, it will keep on gathering momentum, it will start gathering mass. अब वो slope of the hill matter करता है, वो क्या slope है, that is what will define the speed. So as I said here, things will improve, economy will grow, maybe the pace can be थोड़ा आगे पीछे, but there. So maybe it may take time, but hopefully we'll be there. Things will be much better from here on.
यानी ग्लोबल पर्सपेक्टिव आपके पास में है, जो ट्रेड, टैरिफ, थोड़ा जियोपॉलिटिकल एंगल्स है, सो वहाँ पे आपकी कोई राय, रिकमेंडेशन या कोई ऑब्जर्वेशंस है जो आपको लगता है कि थोड़ा ध्यान में रखना चाहिए?
See, I guess from in the current perspective, I think the only key factor it's largely sentimental is India-US का tariff thing. If it gets to some extent resolved, I think that may not change anything in the life of the economies, but sentimentally that may benefit. See, in a way, if you look at it today, India currently is at what, around 50% tariff, right? Even if it थोड़े दिन पहले वो one of the US Scott Bessent, someone mentioned कि there is a path कि India may come down to 25. If that happens, that itself is a big trigger. See, it's not that कि suddenly India is going to start exporting lot many things to US, but sentimentally that will help. Correct. Because at the back of the mind, investors will think कि यार XYZ countries at 15, some ABC countries at 20, India is at 25. It's not world of a difference, but India is where the opportunities are. So maybe that is what in a near term, maybe next 3-6 months, that is what will matter. But again, if you were to ask me from 10, 15, 20 years perspective, never in the world there are always some wars happening, there are always some countries doing some tussle.
चालू है, पहले पिग्स आया था, मतलब
फ्रेजाइल फाइव थे, तो कुछ ना कुछ होता रहेगा. तो all these acronyms will keep on coming. Correct. So वो ऐसा है ना कि you would never have the best, everything ideally placed and things will work. वो कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा जो which is not working out.
और एक चीज़ एटलीस्ट पिछले 3-4 साल में हम देख रहे हैं, एटलीस्ट पोस्ट कोविड अगर हम देखते हैं, एक सबसे बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट स्टेक होल्डर इन द कैपिटल मार्केट जो EFI के तौर पे है, लाइक ही इज़ कंटिन्यूसली सेलिंग एंड ही इज़, तो आपको कब लगता है कि ही विल रिटर्न बैक? क्या ऐसा कैटलिस्ट रहेगा, रेट साइकिल या वैल्यूएशन, जो भी आपके मन में लगता है, आपको लगता है कि रिटर्न्स आएंगे? और क्या कैटलिस्ट हो सकता है कि बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कैटलिस्ट हो सकता है कि वो दे माइट कम बैक? एंड
See, the way I think about them is कि see they are, for them in a way a fund manager, if I just take an analogy, a fund manager investing in Indian market, what he does, he tries to identify the opportunities where he might get the best returns. So आज let's just say in 15 to 20 financials were the sector that everyone wanted to invest. 20 to 25 maybe defense, or maybe 23 to 25 defense is the sector that everyone wants to invest. So as a domestic fund manager, that is what everyone has allocated the capital towards. Financials में weight कम कर दिया, defense में और maybe power, utilities, renewables में बढ़ा दिया. That is exactly what FIIs are doing. They look at this countries, this domestic markets as stocks. They see कि maybe at 2020 India में growth ठीक लग रहा था, valuation अच्छा लग रहा था, they started investing heavily in India.
Correct.
In 2024, 25 maybe they found the valuations attractive in Korea, Taiwan, China.
Correct.
So now they are moving there. So at some point in time, obviously they come back to India when the valuations become attractive, growth, they feel incremental growth in India is better compared to other emerging markets or maybe developed markets. So that is what it is. कि when once you find growth in a way coming into, and this is just a gut feel कि if the economy starts growing at say mid double digits on a nominal basis, valuations are anyways becoming attractive. If the economy grows, valuations will, economy moves there, everything else remaining the same, at still valuations will become better. Right? और कुछ नहीं change हुआ, economy automatically mid double digits में grow हो गई, तो valuations become better. So automatically FIIs will come. So they would, and at some point in time they will again start selling. So they would treat these countries, these markets as stocks.
जो ज़्यादा तवज्जो देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है.
हाँ मतलब see वो
is not very important.
See, everyone is important because when they will buy, the domestic retail investors, domestic institutions will be the sellers. So that is when they'll make the returns. So everyone is important, but all I'm saying कि यार these are part of the cycles. These are part of the market participants.
Okay.
They will buy any country or they will invest in any market where they feel the returns are good. Maybe today they find the returns are not attractive in India, they won't invest. But sometime in the future when they find it's attractive, they'll come back. So वो it's like a hide and seek. वो होता रहेगा. As I said, the way we also do, right? A mutual fund or a fund manager in India would invest in sector which he thinks the returns are better. So that doesn't mean that banking suddenly is down in tatters. Banking space will also at some point in time come back when the valuations are good. So वो market cycles है, you really can't do anything about it.
Okay.
You have to keep that element in mind, but you really can't fight them.
So आप बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज फंड मैनेज करते हैं?
Yes.
ठीक है, तो आप उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए कि फंड का कंस्ट्रक्ट कैसा है?
So the thought when the fund was on the drawing board was to, and we were thinking here, most of the funds in this space are heavily towards banks, and in a way rightly so, because that is how this sector is. They are largely, market caps are largely skewed towards bank. So there are multiple subsectors, and you would be surprised कि when we talk about BFSI, banking, financial services, NBFCs, capital markets, insurance, वगैरह fintech, ये सब करें आप, 4-5 sectors हैं. There are around 20 subsectors. So many of the subsectors get, are ignored when
उतना तो एक्सपोजर कोई डाइवर्सिफाइड फाइनेंशियल फंड में नहीं
नहीं मिलेगा. So
तो
that
अगर आप मान के चलो, मैं देखते हैं बहुत सारे ऐसे फंड, डाइवर्सिफाइड फंड्स है, फाइनेंशियल का एक्सपोजर है, लेकिन वहाँ पे 4 5 6 नाम होंगे मैक्सिमम.
exactly. So when you are 19-20 subsectors, it means the opportunity is very, at least the landscape to invest is very wide. So the thought was ki if we could have a fund which would hunt for opportunities in this space, and if we could identify winners in the subsectors which is not maybe actively tracked or actively invested by many diversified funds, the returns that the investor might get would be superior to rather than just investing in a flagship diversified fund which would be investing only in the flagship financial companies. So that was a thought, and till date we are sticking to that core philosophy of that 19-20 subsectors. Touchwood, the opportunities are still there, so we are invested in most of them. Although there's not a hard return rule.
Correct.
Depending on the valuation opportunities, we may come enter exit the sector, but still we believe the wide opportunities available across most of the subsectors in financial services. The thought here is look at the opportunities in those subsectors, be active, manage actively, because these are the companies which we may not have a lot of widespread coverage from the broker. So you will have to do a lot of legwork, you have to do a lot of groundwork.
भी पिछले 5-10 साल में हुई है.
Exactly. So you'll have to do a lot of groundwork, you have to do a lot of field work. So we do a lot of branch visits, channel checks, management meetings, etc. The whole idea is to have a growth oriented portfolio, because as a sector opportunities बहुत है, penetration तो कुछ है नहीं, मतलब compared to global markets, financial markets penetration in India is still very less. So the idea is to have some growth oriented portfolio.
तो जब आप फाइनेंशियल मार्केट में पेनिट्रेशन बोलते हो, जैसा लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पेनिट्रेशन है, डीमैट का पेनिट्रेशन है, म्यूचुअल फंड का पेनिट्रेशन है, क्रेडिट कार्ड पेनिट्रेशन है, उस पेनिट्रेशन के बारे में.
एग्जैक्टली. जब अपन देख रहे हैं कि यार इंडिया में पॉपुलेशन है अराउंड 150 करोड़ के आसपास, अपन जनरली almost every adult individual in the country has bank account.
हाँ जी.
I think जनधन अकाउंट कुछ 55-60 करोड़ जनधन अकाउंट ही हैं.
हाँ जी.
उसके बाहर भी 25-30 करोड़ या 25-30 करोड़ के आसपास नॉर्मल अकाउंट्स है, लाइक फॉर पीपल लाइक यू एंड मी.
यूनिवर्सल अकाउंट.
तो 80-90 करोड़ बैंक अकाउंट्स हैं. बट जब अपन देखते हैं नंबर ऑफ यूनिक इंडिविजुअल्स ओनिंग डीमैट अकाउंट्स इज लेस देन 10 करोड़. नंबर ऑफ यूनिक इंडिविजुअल्स हु हैज इन्वेस्टेड इन म्यूचुअल फंड्स लेस देन 10 करोड़. यूनिक इंडिविजुअल्स ओनिंग लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी 2-3 करोड़ ही है. तो द रनवे इज इमेंस, राइट? सो दैट्स द पेनिट्रेशन. स्ट्रक्चरल ट्रेंड है, वो इम्प्रूव ही होगा. जस्ट कि ये है कि अगेन गोइंग बैक कि वो पेस थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है. कभी डीमैट वाला thing will grow very fast, कभी इंश्योरेंस वाला thing will grow very fast, कभी क्रेडिट कार्ड वाला thing will grow very fast. But across this BFSI space you would always find opportunities because the penetration is so low.
जब हम बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज बोलते हैं तो सिर्फ ये बैंक्स नहीं है.
नहीं ये this is a very मिसनॉमर है कि BFSI बोले तो सिर्फ बैंक्स. बट जैसे अब देखिए BFSI का मतलब ही क्या है? बैंकिंग, फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज एंड इंश्योरेंस. बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज एंड इंश्योरेंस. तो इसी में तो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट three large sectors, but financial services itself will have your capital markets, will have fintechs, will have NBFCs वगैरह. तो अब ये सब ऐड करें तो you have around 5 sub sectors. और अब देखिए 5 सब, इनको मैं और further break down करूँ तो there are 20 sub sectors. I don't think any large diversified fund
will capture everything.
So that's the whole thought of or the philosophy of the fund.
तो क्विकली अगर आप ये बताएं कि आज के समय में मार्केट जिस पड़ाव के ऊपर है, आपको क्यों लगता है कि बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज फंड किसी के पोर्टफोलियो में होना चाहिए?
फेयर. तो सी इसमें लार्ज थॉट ये है कि 2 एस्पेक्ट में इसको सोचना चाहिए. वन इज कि फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज और दिस BFSI इंडस्ट्री is like the bedrock of the economy, is like the backbone of the economy.
Okay.
If you think that India is going to grow from a 4 trillion to 8 trillion, 8 trillion to maybe 12 trillion, 16 trillion economy. History has enough data to prove that your financial services sector, not only banks, NBFCs, insurance, etc., they all grow marginally higher than the nominal GDP. So if you think India will double every 10 years, which is mota 7-8% real, nominal GDP would be say 4-5% higher than that, 12-13%.
Correct.
This sector over a very long period has grown 1 or 2% higher than the nominal GDP.
Perfect.
So that's the runway of growth that you're looking at. So if that's the growth you have, it means that the returns in this sector can be superior compared to the rest of the market. So that is one reason,
Okay.
over a very long period of time. Second is there are market cycles, and if you look at say auto sector, pharma sector, utility sectors, IT sectors, or even BFSI for that matter, you would find that these sectors do well in terms of just market returns,
Okay.
not as the underlying sector per se. In terms of market returns, each sector generally tends to do very well for a period of 3 to 5 years. Then for the next 3 to 5 years, they tend to underperform the market returns. Not
They perform, but they underperform
the
relative,
broader
relative
market.
terms.
So I'm comparing it with Nifty returns.
Correct.
So कि Nifty मानो say for example 3 साल के लिए Nifty is giving you 12% return.
Correct.
हो सकता है auto sector might for 3 years they might give you 5% returns, which is an underperformance of 7%, more broadly.
Perfect.
Then for the next 3 to 4 years, auto sector might give you say 15% returns,
Correct.
whereas Nifty might only give you 10% return.
Correct.
So this is the market cycle which happens.
But long term वो converge हो जाता है.
Long term converge होना ही है, because nothing
You are
can
part
grow.
of the economy.
हाँ, you're part of the economy. Nothing can forever keep on growing faster than the economy, right? तो वो long term में तो converge होना ही है, but in between there
You
are
get an
these
opportunity.
yeah
basically.
there are these short cycles that you have. Interestingly, for BFSI, last 5 years they have just performed in line with market returns.
Oh.
Last time when it happened, I think that was in the period of 11 to 14 or 11 to 15,
Correct.
where we had similar kind of returns. कि BFSI space had given you similar to market returns.
Okay.
In the next 3 to 5 years,
Okay.
the return was almost 10% higher.
Almost मान के चलिए कि
मानो
20-22% के.
हाँ, so मतलब the better way to look at it कि मानो Nifty would have given you 12% returns in the next 5 years.
Okay.
This sector would have given you 20 to 25%, 20 to 22% return, not 25, sorry,
Correct.
गलत हो जाएगा. 20 से 22% return.
Okay.
तो 8 to 10% आउट परफॉर्मेंस दिया था.
दिया है.
अब obviously you cannot expect the same kind of returns.
Extrapolate नहीं कर सकते.
Extrapolate नहीं कर
आपको
सकते.
एक ट्रेंड जरूर मिलता है
But
उससे आपको.
so my point to highlight here is कि this has happened 11 to 14.
Correct.
Sector sort of similar returns था in the next 3 to 5 years. Sector had outperformed.
और ये आपने सिर्फ ये आप बैंक्स का नहीं है, लेकिन आपने एक अच्छा डेटा भी बताया था कि इवन ऑटो सेक्टर अगर आप देखते हैं तो शायद 17, 18, 19 में परफॉर्म नहीं किया था.
बट पोस्ट हाँ
लेकिन
उसके बाद
वो अगर वहाँ पर किसी ने किया इन्वेस्टमेंट वो अंडर परफॉर्मिंग साइकिल में और अगले 3 साल अगर रखा है तो वहाँ पे आपको उसका रिवॉर्ड
exactly. So this is not only happened in autos. It has happened in pharma also, IT also, utility
सेक्टर
also.
आफ्टर सेक्टर.
Sector after sector. So these are market cycles.
करेक्ट.
So the point is कि last 5 years BFSI has just given you market returns,
ओके.
which is coincidentally वो 11 to 14 के period में भी वैसा ही था.
हाँ जी.
So the thought is कि maybe for the next 3 to 5 years BFSI would be a space which may outperform the market.
ओके.
अब I honestly won't expect the same kind of outperformance as last cycle because times are different. But still it can outperform the market. अब वो कितना होगा that time will only tell.
करेक्ट.
But the hope and the faith is कि we are at the cusp of a sector turnaround. And here I would just want to bring about a thought that we have कि this sector is getting helped by a trinity of factors. The trinity of factors, I mean 3 factors basically. One is the government push for the economy, which started with the income tax cuts, followed by GST cuts, and whatever comes up in the budget, right? Second is the regulatory easing. Since December 24, what we have seen is around 125 basis point of interest rate cuts, a lot of liquidity measures, a lot of push by the regulator to ease a lot of things for banks, NBFCs and other participants, to improve the ease of business. And the last factor is the valuation. The valuation, the broader sector is multi-year low.
तो मे बी वैल्यूएशन के ऊपर मैं थोड़ी देर में
हाँ.
आता हूँ. तो मे बी इसमें जैसे आप पूछ बोल रहे थे, जैसे एक रेगुलेटरी हमने देखा था कि इसके पहले के जो मिस्टर कांता अभी जो रेगुलेटर है, उनके पहले जो मिस्टर दास थे, वहाँ पे रेगुलेटरी टाइटनिंग काफ़ी हो गई थी. तो अभी रेगुलेटरी एनवायरनमेंट कैसा है, एटलीस्ट स्पेसिफिकली फॉर द BFSI सेक्टर?
So as I said, कि from ease of doing business perspective, a lot of regulatory easing is happening.
अच्छा.
See, it right away started with interest rate cuts, and generally you think interest rate cuts are good for the economy because cost of debt
funds,
becomes
हाँ.
cheaper, cost of funds become cheaper, people get more
कंजम्पशन थोड़ा बढ़ जाता
consumption
है,
थोड़ा बढ़ता है because your outgo
क्रेडिट
for
साइकिल थोड़ा पिकअप
credit. And as I said, BFSI is a bedrock or the backbone of the economy. So whatever is good for the economy is good for the sector.
परफेक्ट.
So that will help.
करेक्ट.
In that was and a lot of and during say until 22 to 24, liquidity was tight in the system,
हाँ.
right? So since 24 onwards, a lot of measures are done to improve the liquidity. Flow of liquidity improves, it again helps the financial services space, the entire financial services space. A lot of minor regulatory changes, छोटे-छोटे changes हो रहे हैं sector में. Like one simple thing is, वो कुछ earlier there was some thought process कि the regulator was not very comfortable with unsecured lending, that put out some restrictions on unsecured loans वगैरह. Those restrictions in a way have partially been rolled back. It means the regulator is okay with companies doing that kind of business. So it basically helps you improve the ease of business doing environment. So that's helping, and you would see the outcomes are to be visible, right? Your credit growth has started to pick up.
Yes.
So जो 9 to 10% गया था, maybe September, October, it is
Now 12.
picking up. 12-13% it is picking up. So with some lag, the impact is happening and the results are to be seen.
एंड थर्ड एस्पेक्ट जो मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट है, जब भी हम कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं तो आई थिंक हमें वैल्यूएशन एस्पेक्ट देखना चाहिए.
Absolutely.
सो मे बी इफ यू कैन टच अपॉन सम वैल्यूएशन एस्पेक्ट कि कैसे है रिलेटिव टू अदर सेक्टर, वेयर डज द मनी बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज, वेयर डज इट स्टैंड?
So this is part, the third leg of my trinity.
करेक्ट.
So valuation में, if you were to largely understand, and very common way to look at valuations is Nifty PE, right? So a forward Nifty PE of FY28 is largely around 17 times, and if you look at the broader PE of financial services space, it is somewhere around anywhere between 13 to 15. And I'm taking a ballpark number. Obviously there will be some companies उसके ऊपर होगी, कुछ companies नीचे होगी, but ballpark it is there. And interestingly, अगर मैं निफ्टी में से ये फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज निकाल दूँ तो निफ्टी का PE 20 होता है. So मतलब निफ्टी का PE भी 17 इसलिए दिख रहा है क्योंकि योर फाइनेंशियल्स आर ट्रेडिंग एट अ लोअर वैल्यूएशन. इफ आई लुक एट एक्स ऑफ निफ्टी, निफ्टी का वैल्यूएशन तो और भी थोड़ा ऊपर दिखता है.
एक्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल निकाले हैं
तो 20 दिखता है. सो दैट इट्स सो अब let's compare 17 with 13 14. Let's not compare 20. Even Nifty PE of 17 versus financials sector का PE of around 13 14, it's 10 to 15% discount easily. Never in the history it has happened कि financials would have traded such a discount to Nifty for a very long period of time. Obviously there are pockets, there are periods which happen, but it has never happened. It happens for a very long period.
Okay.
So that's the third part कि यार now तो even valuations are very conducive. So thus I believe कि we are at the cusp of a sector re-rating to happen. Time will only tell, but that is what it is.
तो वैल्यूएशन आपके फेवर में होना चाहिए सो दैट
Ab-
यू नो लाइक वो मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी है.
Exactly.
सो एटलीस्ट बाजार जोर से गिरेगा तो ये गिरेगा, लेकिन उतना नहीं गिरेगा जितना
हाँ.
बाजार गिरेगा.
Exactly. Exactly.
तो तीन चीज़ें हुई है. एक तो गवर्नमेंट पुश कर रहा है इकोनॉमी के लिए, ठीक है, लॉट ऑफ वो पॉलिसी मेजर्स ले रहे हैं, रेगुलेटरी ने मेजर्स ले लिए हैं, और वैल्यूएशन आपके फेवर.
Exactly.
तो अब ये तीनों चीज़ों को कंबाइन करो तो आई थिंक एक ही सेक्टर जो लगता है कि अच्छा करेगा, आई थिंक वो बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल. अब बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल में भी बोलते हैं कि उसको भी आप दो हिस्सों में बांट सकते हैं. एक है लेंडिंग बिजनेस है, एक है नॉन लेंडिंग बिजनेसेस है. तो उसके ऊपर आप अपनी राय बताइए.
तो सी इसमें my one broader thought that I have is कि यार if there's a regulatory push towards it for the sector and government is taking steps, everyone will in the entire sector everyone will benefit.
हाँ जी.
But if I were to break out the valuations of lending versus non-lending, lending में valuations are even better
अच्छा.
compared to non-lending.
ओके.
So see, a part of that is also because in the last 5-7 years your capital market entities have done really well. In a way, post COVID, a lot of people via online means have really come into the market, have started investing in SIPs, etc. So obviously the capital market players have benefited, be it brokers, be it AMCs, be it distributors, be it your depositories, be it exchanges. So their valuations are still attractive, not that the valuations are obscenely high, but compared to lending entities,
They are not trading at discount.
they are not trading at discount to lending entities, or rather I should say lending entities are trading at discount to this non-lending entities. So maybe non-lending within financial
Lending
within financial lending are trading at a dirt cheap valuation.
Okay.
So it cannot happen कि यार if the economy has to grow at whatever pace it has, a double digit nominal growth, you have the backbone of the economy not growing at least at the similar pace.
Difficult है सोचना वैसा.
हाँ, it just cannot work out because
मैथ ही नहीं वर्कआउट करता है.
math ही work out नहीं करेगा.
तो अगर किसी को देखना चाहिए जनरली, अगर कोई अगर वैल्यूएशन अट्रैक्टिव है, बाकी सब चीज़ें अगर इन प्लेस अगर है, अगर कोई इन्वेस्टर डालना चाहते हैं तो उसको टिपिकली अपना टाइम होराइजन क्या रखना चाहिए जनरली अगर कोई आता है तो?
This I would typically link as sector cycles are anywhere between 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
कि when a sector is in upturn, it generally remains benign for 3 to 5 years. When a sector is not doing well, it remains in that direction or not so attractive for the next 3 to 5 years. So 3 to 5 years would be the term, or largely horizon, or minimum 3 years is the horizon that I would suggest for investor who's investing in this space to at least have a 3-year horizon, because in the near term there could be volatility, and honestly volatility in markets is a feature and it's not a bug,
It's not a bug.
right? तो वो तो होना ही
It
है.
favors investor if he remains disciplined.
Exactly. So that 3 years is a good time period where the bouts of volatility can be ingested, can be digested, and they'll get decent returns over that period.
तो ये एक बिकॉज एज अ कैटेगराइजेशन, एज अ रेगुलेटर कैटेगराइजेशन, ये एक सेक्टर फंड में आता है, बट ये नैरो सेक्टर नहीं है,
Right.
बड़ा ब्रॉड सेक्टर है.
True.
और नंबर ऑफ द लिस्टेड कंपनीज भी रिलेटिवली लार्ज है. उसको अगर हम ध्यान में अगर रखते हैं तो किसी भी पोर्टफोलियो में कितने परसेंट तक का वेटेज या अलोकेशन करना चाहिए, एडवाइजेबल है जैसे?
So say broadly, the stalwarts of the market, the experienced people like you, generally the suggestion is, what I know is कि anywhere between 10 to 20% of your total investable amount should go in sector funds.
Okay.
That's a broad thumb rule, but obviously वो
हर
individual,
एक का अपना इंडिविजुअल,
हाँ, individual risk profile, return profile for
क्या स्टेज के ऊपर है, I think
exactly
that matter
वो मैटर करेगा, but largely that's a thumb rule के around somewhere up to 20% is what should be invested in sector funds.
गुड, थैंक यू. मे बी कपल ऑफ लास्ट क्वेश्चन, मे बी आपकी जो प्रोफेशनल जर्नी है, पर्सनल जर्नी है, मे बी उसके ऊपर 2-3 क्वेश्चंस एंड मे बी विल रैप. तो मान के चलिए कि अगर कोई ऐसी विश कि शायद ये चीज़ आपको जब आप उम्र के 20 साल में होते उस समय मुझे पता रहती तो शायद ज़्यादा अच्छा रहता,
I think, see, I started my career like in 2000s, like a typical बोलते हैं ना इंडियन IT मेल IIT,
अच्छा है।
कि 12th किया, इंजीनियरिंग किया, फिर थोड़े टाइम इंजीनियरिंग में जॉब किया, बेस्ट ऑफ द IT फर्म्स इन द कंट्री में काम किया, कोडिंग किया, फिर मैं MBA करके I came on this side of the markets.
करेक्ट।
So maybe in hindsight now, I think कि maybe I should have come into the markets earlier.
ओके।
Not because कि I could have made more money, not that. It's just that my learning would have got accelerated.
Okay.
Because I graduated in 2006.
हाँ जी।
ठीक है, and 2008 was a big financial shock that everyone had to go through. I believe कि if I would have been part of this industry at that point in time, at that point in time my learning would have been immense.
करेक्ट।
So that would have accelerated my learnings by maybe a decade. So maybe that's a thought I have in hindsight.
Interesting. Any good advice you would have received maybe from your parents or from your mentors that you remember and maybe you would like to share that?
The good advice that generally my parents have always told me, यार मेहनत करो और ईमानदारी से काम करो, जो कर रहे हो
हार्ड वर्क एंड ऑनेस्टी।
हार्ड वर्क एंड ऑनेस्टी, बाकी एवरीथिंग विल बी टेकन केयर ऑफ। जो कर रहे हो वो अच्छे से करो, मन लगा के करो।
तो कोविड के बाद में लाइक जो रिटेल इन्वेस्टर या जनरली आपका जो एक्सपीरियंस है एटलीस्ट कैपिटल मार्केट में या जब इन्वेस्टमेंट का समय आता है, एज ए इन्वेस्टर्स को क्या ध्यान में रखना चाहिए और क्या चीज़ें नहीं करनी चाहिए? अगर कोई एक या दो ऐसी आप एडवाइस सलाह दें।
all I can say is कि markets, if you're coming to the markets, come with a long term horizon, because that is where you really make good amount of returns for yourself. In the short term there will be bouts of volatility which may wipe out your wealth. So stay invested and come with say 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 years of horizon. That is when you would make money and stay invested.
एक चीज़ जो मैं देखता हूँ बेसिकली कि लोग हमेशा ट्रेंड को फॉलो करते हैं, जो फैशन में चल रहा है या जो सबसे ज़्यादा बज़वर्ड है। अभी गोल्ड सिल्वर है, किसी ज़माने में फिनटेक कंपनियाँ या लोग IPO लेते हैं, तो एक तो रिटर्न को चेस करते हैं, 5 रिटर्न को देख के फ्यूचर रिटर्न के हिसाब से वो एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, तो रिटर्न चेस करते हैं, और क्या ट्रेंड चल रहा है अभी तो वो ट्रेंड को फॉलो करते हैं। तो इसके ऊपर मे बी आपकी कोई राय या आपका कोई सजेशन?
सर इसमें मैं यही बोलूँगा कि जो आपने मुझसे पूछा था कि व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर,
हाँ जी,
व्हाट डिड आई लर्न, सो दिस इज व्हाट आई लर्न कि एंड इट ओनली कम्स विद टाइम. सो दैट इज व्हाई आई से कि व्हेन यू आर any person who's coming into the market should stay invested for 5 years 7 years, stay in the market, stay invested, because that is when, और ये आपको मेरे बोलने से नहीं होने वाला है, वो a person has to experience that.
Correct. He has to go through that pain.
Exactly. So वो वही है कि if you stay invested, you stay disciplined and you stay in the markets for long term, you realize कि ये सब trends जो हैं they may be short lived, we don't know, they may be short lived, may not be, but the outcomes are only known at a later point in time. It's standing today, it's your guess is as good as my guess.
Correct.
So that is where it is. You stay invested, you have a longer term horizon, and things will eventually work out well.
तो एक जैसे आप खुद एक रिसर्च एनालिस्ट थे और है,
अभी भी हूँ सर,
अभी भी है, ठीक है, अभी आप फंड मैनेज भी करते हैं,
राइट,
ठीक है। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि हाउ डिफ़िकल्ट और हाउ इजी इज़ बिल्डिंग अ पोर्टफोलियो और हाउ इजी इज़ कीपिंग अ ट्रैक ऑन अ स्टॉक्स? Is it easy or it is really difficult? It is not, matlab you have to give time, you have to keep an eye on lot of things, there are a lot of variables are there, and it's sometimes burning. It is not really easy. Matlab, I'm just asking this question.
नहीं, so see what I've realized is कि
क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन मैं इसलिए भी पूछ रहा हूँ कि लोगों को लगता है कि पोर्टफोलियो बिल्ड करना बड़ा आसान है, एंड समहाउ दे स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग देयर पोर्टफोलियो एंड पता लगता है कि छोटा कॉर्पस होता है, 20-50 लाख रुपए का होता है और उसमें भी 70-80-100 स्टॉक ले लेते हैं। आप 1100 करोड़ का पोर्टफोलियो संभालते बिल्ड किया है आपने और वो भी 50 स्टॉक के साथ में। उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट को ध्यान में रखते मैंने आपको
नहीं नहीं, तो उसका क्या है ना कि पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट एंड फंड मैनेजमेंट ऑनेस्टली इज अ 24/7 जॉब.
हाँ जी,
इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट फ्रॉम 9 to 3:30
हाँ जी,
बिकॉज मार्केट्स में भी ओपन ओनली 9 to 3:30 बट दुनिया चल रही है,
चल रही है,
इवेंट्स होते रहते हैं,
हाँ जी,
मैक्रो चेंज होते रहते हैं, सब कुछ चेंज होता रहता है. इट हैपेंस 24/7. So fund management actually is a 24/7 job. Outside, maybe you think ki Harshvardhan is managing a 1100 crore portfolio. It is not actually Harshvardhan managing it.
करेक्ट,
मतलब we have a complete institutional setup which is helping the person or the fund manager do that.
करेक्ट,
We have a team of around 15 to 17 research analysts
परफेक्ट,
who help us analyze those companies.
परफेक्ट,
We get support from our mid office, from our back office,
करेक्ट,
for a lot of calculations, risk management tools, for a lot of other things. We get help from brokers also in terms of research reports,
हाँ जी.
management interactions, management connects.
मैनेजमेंट इंटरेक्शन भी बिकॉज यू आर इन इंस्टीट्यूशन हेंस यू आर
That is why we exactly it's no management comes and meet me because I'm Harshvardhan Agrawal.
करेक्ट,
They come and meet me because I represent an institute which is Bandhan Mutual Fund.
करेक्ट,
बिकॉज वो वैसे मेरे पीछे बंधन म्यूचुअल फंड का नाम ऐसे
छत्र छाया
छाया है, इसलिए लोग मैनेजमेंट मुझे मिल रहा है.
हाँ जी,
वो हर्षवर्धन को नहीं जानते, वो बंधन म्यूचुअल फंड को जानते हैं.
हाँ जी,
सो इट्स अ आर्मी ऑफ पीपल हु हेल्प अ फंड मैनेजर डू हिज जॉब.
करेक्ट,
So it's the point is it's a 24/7 job.
इट्स ऑर्केस्ट्रा,
It's an orchestra. It's a everyone has to work in cohesion
करेक्ट,
for that fund manager to deliver returns. Individually, can everyone do it? Answer is very difficult because an individual also has his job. Outside of that, then if he has to do this, he has to do this full time. If he's not able, if he thinks he can do it full time, good. You might try it. You would see some will get successful. ऐसा नहीं है. With right temperament, some people will be successful. My understanding is कि वो Pareto principle होगा. 20% people will be successful. 80% people will find it difficult. Managing daily job, more importantly business, because business is also 24/7.
एंड डिफिकल्ट है चीफ. जैसे मैं आपको देख रहा था कि आपने जब करियर शुरू किया और अभी तक आप एक ही सेक्टर देख रहे हैं, ठीक है. अभी मान के चलो मैं
अभी भी ऐसा लगता है कि सेक्टर बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी होती है जो अभी भी नहीं हो रही है सेक्टर में.
करेक्ट,
अब आपको पता ही नहीं है.
हाँ जी. और मैं एज एन इन्वेस्टर, मैं अगर पोर्टफोलियो बिल्ड कर रहा हूँ तो उसमें मान के चलो मैंने डाइवर्सिफाइड भी कर दिया सेक्टर वाइज, तो मेरे पास में तो 10 सेक्टर की एक्सपर्टाइज तो है ही नहीं. इट मीन्स मुझे तो किसी ना किसी से एक्सपर्टाइज लेनी पड़ेगी. मेरी खुद की भी एक्सपर्टाइज एक सेक्टर पे भी नहीं है.
So maybe this is where I would just interject and say that this is where via mutual funds, most common people or an individual has access कि they can hire best of the world to work for them.
Yes.
Right? All you pay some small fee, and you could have the best of the fund managers of the country or probably the world work for you for a very small
very
fee.
tightly regulated.
And very tightly regulated.
Both things.
Exactly. So वो it's a unique setup
Perfect.
that's there. So that is what I would say.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
for
sir.
your time. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure, sir.
Thank you.